It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to a new video. So as you guys can see, I look a little bit different, and that is because I am doing a look inspired by Ariana Grande in her latest video 34+35. I really loved all the looks in the video, and for whatever reason this makeup look really stuck to me. I just love the white liner and I think it looks so cool. So if you guys want to see how to recreate this look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so let's get into this video. Now, I've already done my base and I've also applied some concealer and powder onto my eyelids because we're not really going to use a ton of eyeshadow, so I just like to apply that for a very natural look. I am going to add a little bit of eyeshadow in the crease, but that's pretty much it. Before I get started with that, I am just going to apply a little bit of a baking. I like to do this while I do my eyeshadow because not only is this gonna bake my foundation and make everything look super smooth and even, but if I get any fallout from my eyeshadow, I can just wipe it away. It's not gonna stick to my concealer or whatever. So yeah, I just like to do this while I do my eyeshadows. Now in the video, it looks like Ariana has a very simple eyeshadow look. It's just very natural with a darker crease. So that's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna start with the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions palette, and I'm gonna use this lighter shade and apply it in my inner corners. So I'm just gonna take this little Furless Cosmetics brush and I'm just gonna go right into my inner corners, and this is just gonna highlight them, make them pop, make my eyes look a little bit bigger. So just patting this on, and since I already have my concealer and powder on my eyelid, I don't feel like I need to apply like a nude shadow, but if you feel like you need that, you can totally do that too. But that's pretty much it for the lighter color. So now we're gonna go in with a darker color in the crease, and I'm gonna use this bottom color, and I'm gonna use this fluffy iconic London brush, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit on my brush. And then we're gonna go right into the crease. So I'm just gonna blend this back and forth, and this is just gonna make it look really soft and blended. Now it was kind of hard to see what kind of a brown she had on, but since her lip color is pretty warm, I am going with a warmer brown to match it, and I think that's what she had on too. And then just applying a little bit on the bottom as well. Then I'm just gonna move over and do the same thing on the other eye. So just applying a little bit in the crease, in the outer corners, and on the bottom lash line. Now I think Ariana's eyeshadow was a little bit darker than this, so I'm gonna switch over to the Huda Beauty Khaki Haze Obsessions palette, and I'm gonna use this like medium darker brown, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of this right here in the outer corners and a little bit into my crease. And I'm using a smaller brush. This is the pointed crease brush from Nabla Cosmetics. I love this one, especially for me since I have very small eyes. I can just be very precise with my application, and I really like that. I don't know if you can see a big difference, but in real life it just adds a little bit more depth and it just looks super nice. This is like my favorite eyeshadow at the moment. As you can see, I've used it a lot, and I don't know, it's just such a nice brown, and I just love to have it in my crease. And there we go. So I just looked at the photos again, and it looked like maybe she has something darker right here. So I'm just gonna take that first brown from the Warm Brown Obsessions, and I'm just gonna apply it right here. Not a lot, but just for a little bit of color, so it's not as light as my concealer shade. I think that looks more like what she had on. So I think this is all for the eyeshadow. So now we're gonna move on to eyeliner, which is the fun part. So I'm just gonna look at this photo again to see how much of the liner we're gonna do, how far in she goes. Her eyeliner, it's pretty long, and then it goes to about half of the crease. So it goes like this. So to do my liner, I'm gonna use the Colourpop liquid liner in the shade Graceland. This is a very easy eyeliner to use, and this is obviously in the white shade. So I think I'm gonna start in the middle of my eyelid. And her eyeliner is pretty thick, so I'm gonna make it pretty thick. So I had to be super quiet while I did this, so I'm gonna do a voiceover and explain how I did the liner. So I started off by doing like the line across my lash line, and then I went to wing it out in a wing, and this one needs to be pretty dramatic because that's what she had on in the video. So I went pretty far with the wing. Then to do the line in the crease, I find it easier to start in the crease so you know like where to end, because with the wing you have like the end of the wing to kind of look at and have as a guideline. I would definitely recommend starting thinner and then adding more once you have like the shape you want, and that also allows for mistakes. So if you make it a little bit uneven, you can just even it out by making it thicker. Now, I don't think my eyeliner turned out perfect, so don't be too harsh on yourself because this is a really hard thing to do. So now that I have the white liner on, I'm gonna go in with my black liner, and I'm just gonna make like a winged liner. That's why I didn't do it all the way into my lash line, because I'm gonna apply the black there. So the eyeliner I'm using is also from Colourpop, and this is in the shade Numero Uno. So with this liner, I'm gonna be quiet and do the voiceover again. So with the black liner, I'm pretty much just gonna do like a regular wing. So I'm starting at my lash line again, and I'm just following the shape of my natural eye. And then when I get to the outer corners of my eyes, I am gonna wing it out. And I do have the guide from the white, so that kind of helps, especially if you think it's hard to do liners. I do have a separate video on how to do an eyeliner. If you want to check that out, I will link it in the description box. But yeah, I'm pretty much just following my eyelid and then winging it out. Now again, this is pretty hard to get it even on both sides, but I think it ended up really good. I was a little bit worried when I just had the white because it was looking a little bit messy, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. So I feel like I'm done with the liner and eyeshadow, so now I'm gonna move on to lashes. And it looks like Ariana just has mascara and lashes on her top. It doesn't look like she has mascara on the bottom. Now, I look crazy if I don't have mascara on the bottom, so I am gonna apply it on the bottom as well. And the mascara I'm using today is the Duff Lashes Supreme Lash Mascara. And I'm definitely gonna make sure that I don't get mascara on my liner. That would be awful. And now that my mascara is on, I'm also gonna apply some lashes. My lashes are on, and these are definitely a little bit more dramatic than what she had on, but they're like the only ones I have, so it was either this or nothing, and I'm not gonna do nothing. So like I said, I don't think Ariana was wearing any bottom mascara, but it did look like she had on some liner in her waterline. So I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Life Liner, and I'm gonna use the pencil liner from this one, and I'm just gonna add this in my waterline. Alright, so I think this is pretty much the finished eye look. So I'm gonna take some photos of this, and I will be right back to show you how to finish the rest of this look. Alright guys, I'm back, and I even did my hair in an Ariana inspired hairstyle. Now I'm gonna take this down as soon as I'm done with this video because I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like I'm dressing up for Halloween or something. So if it's a little bit messy, I apologize. But I had a look at the screenshots, and it doesn't really look like she's wearing blush. It looks like mostly like bronzer and contour and highlight. So I already have a little bit bronzer on, but I'm gonna add a little bit more. So I'm gonna take this bronzer right here. This is what I normally use. This is the BeautyAct by Kix Insta Tan Bronzing Powder in Coffee Break. And I'm just gonna swirl my brush in here, and this is the Sigma Spotlight Duster. So I'm just gonna go onto my cheeks and add a little bit more. Like I said, I already have a little bit of bronzer on, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more. So I think that's about it. So for highlight, I think I'm just gonna stick to what I usually use. It looks similar in color, but hers is a little bit more blinding. Now I'm going to work, so I don't wanna look too crazy. So I'm gonna stick to like my regular products. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Matchstick just on this weird little brush. And we are gonna go right on top of my cheekbones. I'm also gonna go down my nose a little bit and also on my cupid's bow. So now I'm gonna take the Nabla Skin Glazing Powder in Amnesia, and I'm using it on a Nabla brush. And I'm just gonna go over the Fenty highlights. A little bit down the nose, cupid's bow. And also when I looked at the screenshots, it did look like she had a little bit of highlights up here on like the brow bone. So I'm just gonna dust a little bit right here as well. And I think that is all for the face. Now for the lips, I went through my whole makeup collection and I could not find a lip color that looks like the one she's wearing in the video, because it's not really a color that I like to wear. It's kind of like a brownie, pinky, orangey nude, slightly darker nude, and I don't have that. So I think I found a combo that looks somewhat similar. So to create my lip, I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in Trendsetter and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Matte Lipstick in Honey. And then I'm gonna top it off with the liquid lipstick from Anastasia in Ashton. And this is, it's not gonna look the same, but it's the most similar that I have. So yeah, I'm just gonna apply that right now. So this is what the color looks like now. Like I said, it's not exactly the same, but it's the most similar that I have. So yeah, I think this is the finished look, guys. Let me know if you guys like this video, and also let me know if you want me to do more celebrity inspired makeup looks, because I usually never do them, but this was a lot of fun. I think it turned out really good. Now obviously me and Ariana look very different, so the makeup look is gonna look a little bit different on me. So I think it's kind of nice to see how the same look looks on different people. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!